The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense latest intelligence update on Ukraine, September 8, 2023. The successful export of Ukrainian grain under the Black Sea Grain Initiative has likely helped stabilize global food prices and reduce food insecurity, providing relief to vulnerable populations. Over 32 million metric tons of food reached world markets through the initiative, and the United Nations Food Price Index dropped 23% from its peak in March 2022. Developing nations benefited in particular, both from lower prices and direct grain imports from Ukraine. Russia's withdrawal from the agreement has curtailed Ukraine's exports, clearly aiming to weaken Ukraine's economy and wartime capabilities. Pre-war, the agricultural sector accounted for 40% of Ukraine's exports and remains vital, earning $28 billion in 2021. While Ukraine has found alternative export routes by river, rail, and road, these cannot fully replace Black Sea shipping capacity. Sustaining agricultural exports will be key for Ukraine's economic resilience and ability to support its defense. Securing and expanding the grain initiative remains an urgent humanitarian priority as the war continues. General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine situation update as of 6 p.m. September 8, 2023. Ukrainian forces repelled Russian attacks along multiple axes and continued their counteroffensive operations in southern Ukraine. Russia launched widespread missile and air strikes across eastern and southern Ukraine, targeting military positions and civilian infrastructure. Ukrainian defenses remain stable along northern and eastern fronts. Eastern Ukraine, Lyman axis. Ukrainian troops foiled Russian assaults near Novogorivka, 10 miles east of Lyman, and other settlements. Russia struck Bilohorivka with air power. Bakhmut axis. Russia bombarded areas around Bakhmut with artillery and airstrikes. Ukrainian units prevented Russian advances on Chasiv Yar and other towns near Bakhmut. Avdiivka axis. Ukrainian forces repelled Russian attacks around Avdiivka and on the northern outskirts of Donetsk city. Marinka axis. Fierce fighting continued as Ukrainian units blocked Russian drives on Marinka and Novomykhailivka, 12 miles southwest of Donetsk. Southern Ukraine, Zaporizhia axis. Russia launched widespread artillery and air attacks across the front line, targeting Ukrainian positions. Kherson axis. Ukraine made further gains south of Robotyne, consolidating positions seized in their ongoing counteroffensive. Russia shelled Kherson city and surrounding areas. Ukraine's Air Force conducted strikes on Russian command posts, air defense systems, and staging areas across the theater. Artillery struck an ammunition depot and key positions. Russian casualties and equipment losses continue mounting amid Ukraine's staunch defenses and counteroffensive gains. In summary, Ukrainian forces maintain control of key areas and are making incremental progress in the south, while also limiting Russian advances in the Donbass, despite heavy fighting. The Institute for the Study of War's latest Russian offensive campaign assessment. The Russian military has made adjustments to its command and control in Ukraine, likely in an effort to better protect senior leadership and improve information sharing between units. Specifically, Russia has reportedly moved headquarters out of range of most Ukrainian strikes and placed forward command posts in more secure underground bunkers behind heavily defended positions. While it remains unclear whether these defensive measures have been uniformly implemented across Russia's forces in Ukraine, they do appear aimed at mitigating Ukraine's ongoing campaign to target and disrupt Russia's command infrastructure. Russia has also reportedly improved communications between command posts and frontline units by laying new field cables and using more secure radio communications. Additionally, there are signs Russia is trying to streamline command and control procedures through wider adoption of smartphone apps and other technologies requiring less specialized training among troops. The Institute for the Study of War key takeaways today. Russia's artillery ammunition shortages in Ukraine are accelerating efforts already underway to implement a more efficient firing doctrine, emphasizing precision over volume. Russia is adapting its electronic warfare tactics, though details remain unclear. The Institute for the Study of War key takeaways today. Russia's artillery ammunition shortages in Ukraine are accelerating efforts already underway to implement a more efficient firing doctrine, emphasizing precision over volume. Russia is adapting its electronic warfare tactics, though details remain unclear. Ukraine continued limited gains south of Bakhmut and near Zaporizhia, but no major territorial changes occurred on September 8. Russia conducted another wave of Iranian kamikaze drone strikes against Odessa. Russia rejected a UN proposal to rejoin the Black Sea grain deal, indicating it may be stalling to gain leverage or has no plans to return. Russia responded to signs Armenia may rethink its security ties, underscoring sensitivities. Russia undertook offensive operations near Kupiansk, Svatov, Bakhmut, and Avdiivka with no confirmed territorial gains. Per the New York Times, Russian intelligence agencies compete for control over Wagner Group Africa operations. Russia is holding illegal elections in occupied Ukrainian territory to legitimize control. Overall, Russia is adapting militarily but remains stalled in Ukraine. Political tensions persist with Armenia and over grain exports amid continued Russian offensives and strikes. Key next steps include watching if Russia returns to the grain deal and monitoring the Armenia relationship.